I've been a big hip hop fan for many years, since I would say the late 90s. I mean, my whole life really, but I really would found the underground hip hop in the late 90s, and I was hooked ever since then.
Me and Craig have been friends for a long time, and one of the things that we share in common is collectibles. When I met him, he was a big toy collector. I have a different toy collection. I actually gave him my Simpsons toy collection. I collect wrestling toys. So we always had like a collectible thing. And then we started talking, and he was like, yo, have you heard of NFTs? And I was like, not really. And he put me up on Blockchain Heroes and Garbage Pail Kids and stuff like that. And I was like, oh, this is dope.
2Max, Alex came to me. He told me about an idea, like a concept that him and Craig came up with. And he was just like, yeah, we brought your name up, and we were both like, he's the one, to work with us on this project. And we've all known each other for a while, and we all have our strengths, and it's kind of like a pyramid.
Alex was like, what if we made our own rapper-based NFT collection? So we just thought about it for a while, and then we brought AWOL in, and that was really how it all started. Once we brought AWOL in, he started working on artwork, and we just really started moving on it.
Our first few conversations, we were trying to pinpoint who we were going to have as the first series. We threw around a million names because we have so many talented, musician friends, and so it was hard to knock it all down to like a small group.
We know so many artists between us. I probably know 200, 300 artists, just me. So we were like, let's pick out some people. The whole point of a Secret Savior was, it doesn't matter how many records you sell. It's not a popularity contest. It's just about, are you dope? Which is why in our first series, we picked out people like Quell and Nayla and Subtitle, who to various degrees are the kind of artists that sell to various degrees, or in some cases not at all, but at the same time are artistically dope.
We just really wanted to put some shine on some artists that we felt needed some shine. People that really are not slept on, but they don't get as much respect in the hip hop spaces that we believe they should, because their talents are so crazy. And
I hit up Kathy, Idea's mom, and was like, yo, I want to honor your son. I was kind of a little bit close to Idea and have a tattoo, with his name and all this stuff. And I hit up Kathy and was like, hey, can I use, like keep your son's memory alive? And she was like, yeah. And then also on a bittersweet note, Gift the Gab from Black Alicious, when I first started doing it, I was like, can we use you as a card? And he was like, yeah. And he said, yeah. And then, subsequently, he passed away. So the cards even have a lot more meaning, because the Idea card and the Gift the Gab card, to us, they even mean a lot more, because it's keeping the legacy of two underground legends alive. So then we mixed it up. We were like, let's get a couple of OGs, Micah 9 and Cool Keith, being like pillars of hip hop community.
I did a few sketches. First, I think we started off with Idea and Micah. And then when I first turned it in, it was very, very simple, very cartoony. And then I noticed, the different styles of NFTs that were out there. So then I just kind of took it and revamped it, and then just made it a little bit more detailed, a little bit more my style. By the end, we fine-tuned it. I think originally we were gonna we thought it was gonna take like 4 months or something, and I think it took pretty close to a year to kind of wrap everything up, get it all tight, put it out through Atomic Hub, and since then it's turned into almost a digital label, NFT music and art label.
A cult following artist being able to find new followings forever. And that's another awesome thing about it is anytime one of these NFTs are sold on the secondary market for life, we're giving 2% of that sale to the artist for life.
Artistically wise, it makes a lot of sense. You know, me personally, the collectibles I've had all my life, you know, boxes get damaged, toys get damaged, you know, posters become old, everything. Many a time I was a big record collector, and, you know, one time it rained through my living room and wet all my records and destroyed my whole collection. So digital collections are more timeless, and they're just a better investment. So, you know, that's why digital collections are going to be the future, because you have a way to maintain the art and without it being damaged.
So I feel like it's important that it came from us, you know, being submerged in this lifestyle for, you know, day one. So I feel like we kind of have a little bit of authority to be able to put our stamp on it, you know.
Pieces of artwork, they're gonna, like as you say, last forever. They're gonna be on the blockchain as long as there is a blockchain, as long as there is the internet.
It's not about how many records you sell, how popular you are, if you're good. And that's the whole basis of Secret Saviours.
Because a lot of people don't really know. They've heard about the underground hip hop genre, but they don't necessarily know the artists. So we're kind of using this to also educate people that don't really know about this. To like they flip over the card and they're like, oh, he was on this label, he worked with this guy, and then hopefully they'll research it and become fans of, you know, the underground hip hop, independent hip hop music genre.